Okay, imagine this for a second. A world where your phone doesn't just suggest what to buy, it actually goes out and buys it for you. Or a world where your next big vacation gets planned around some massive global event you didn't even know you wanted to go to. Well, that's pretty much the world of the 2026 consumer. And in this explainer, we're going to break down all the huge trends that are reshaping how we shop, how we travel, and how we connect with brands. Let's get into it. So, who is this person really? What's going on in their head? What's driving their decisions? That's the big question we're going to unpack right now. And here it is, the short answer. This is the core DNA of the 2026 consumer. They're careful with their money, they're super intentional about what they buy, and get this, they're starting to hand over all the hard work of decision-making to AI. This one sentence, it's the key that unlocks everything else we're about to talk about. All right, let's start with their mindset, because honestly, it drives everything else. We have definitely entered a new era of caution. Economic uncertainty isn't some temporary storm we just have to get through anymore. It's become the background noise of everyday life. Now, take a look at this. It really shows the shift in how people are thinking. Last year, a whopping 69% of people were planning to cut back on their spending. This year, that number's dropped to 39%. But wait, this isn't a sign that everyone's just spending freely again. Nope, it means that this constant up and down has just been baked into how we plan our finances. Being cautious is the new normal. And this chart, wow, it perfectly shows the kind of K-shaped economy we're living in. Just look at that contrast. Spending growth isn't lifting everybody up equally, not at all. High-income households, they're driving almost all of it, with a 2.4% increase. But lower-income households are just barely keeping their heads above water at 0.4%. I mean, that's a huge divide that brands simply cannot afford to ignore. But, income is really only half the story here. The real engine of growth, it's generational. Check this out. Younger consumers are completely flipping the script on this whole cautious economy thing. A massive 41% of millennials and 37% of Gen Z are actually planning to spend more in 2026. They're the ones fueling growth, while the older generations are staying a lot more conservative. So, what does all this mean for brands? Well, the message couldn't be clearer. The days of just hiking up prices are over. Done. Consumers have hit their limit. If you want to grow now, you have to sell more stuff to more people. That means delivering real, undeniable value isn't just a nice little bonus anymore. It's the only game in town. Okay, so let's shift gears, because this cautious, super intentional consumer is getting some seriously powerful new tools to help them find all that value. We're talking about a fundamental rewiring of e-commerce, all driven by technology. And the breakout star for 2026 is this idea of agentic commerce. Seriously, forget just asking a chatbot a simple question. This is about deploying your own autonomous AI agent to handle complex missions for you, like finding the absolute best deal on a new TV, booking an entire vacation, or even handling a product return, all by itself. Let's be super clear about the leap we're talking about here. The AI we're all used to is an assistant. It gives you suggestions, but you still have to do the work. Click buy. This new AI is an agent. It acts for you. You give it a goal, something like find the highest rated, most sustainable running shoes in my size for under $150 and order them. And it can actually go and complete the entire purchase for you. It's a total game changer. And this, of course, creates a massive, massive challenge for businesses. We're talking about a potential extinction-level event for old strategies. They're getting ready for what people are calling a Google Zero event, a future where clicks from a traditional Google search could just disappear. Why? Because shoppers are starting their search on TikTok or by just asking an AI. This means brands have to optimize for answer engines, which is a whole new ballgame. It's about structured data, not just catchy keywords. And for those AI agents to make smart, trustworthy decisions, they need really good, reliable data. And that's where the digital product passport comes in. The best way to think of it is like a product's digital birth certificate. It's being driven by new rules in the EU, and it gives total transparency on where something came from, what it's made of, its environmental impact, all the nitty-gritty details an AI agent needs to analyze in a split second to do its job right. So you've got this new cautious mindset, and you've got these powerful new AI tools. So where is all that extra money actually going? Well, it's pouring into experiences. And in 2026, travel is absolutely taking center stage. And what's driving this travel boom is just fascinating. As you can see right here, it's not just about getting away anymore. It's about being part of something bigger. A staggering 65% of the most searched travel dates for 2026 are tied to huge global events like the FIFA World Cup or the Winter Olympics. People aren't just traveling, they're traveling to a specific moment in time. It's like they're making pilgrimages to these big, shared cultural experiences. We're also seeing this really clear split in what people want from their trips. On one end, you've got thrill trips, these intense, jam-packed city adventures. And on the complete other end, you have touch grass retreats, as people are desperate to just disconnect. In fact, interest in U.S. national parks has shot up 35%, as people are looking for these quiet, unplugged escapes. This whole shift is also causing a huge shakeup in the travel industry. The old traditional lines between things are basically disappearing. Airbnb, which used to be the big disruptor, is now starting to look more like a traditional booking site by listing boutique hotels. And at the same time, you've got these old school luxury hotel brands jumping into the high-end rental game. It's this great convergence with everybody scrambling for a piece of the pie. Okay, so we've looked at the consumer's mindset, the tech they're using, and where they're spending their money. But how are the companies on the front lines actually dealing with all this? Let's do a quick tech check on two of the biggest players out there, Shopify and Airbnb. First up, Shopify. These guys are the engine behind 30% of all e-commerce in the US. So how are they adopting? Well, they're moving up market, going after huge enterprise clients. Their B2B volume recently jumped by 130%. That's a direct answer to that need for volume growth we talked about, right? They're also pushing hard internationally and keeping a really tight grip on their finances, which is exactly what investors want to see in this kind of cautious environment. And then you've got Airbnb. They need to find new ways to grow. So what's their answer? They're going beyond stays. They're adding services like private chefs and unique experiences to get a bigger slice of that traveler's wallet, tapping right into that demand for thrill trips and touch grass retreats. They're even testing out hotel listings and launching a new co-hosting marketplace. It's a clear move to adapt to that great convergence we just mentioned. Okay, we've talked about the cautious consumer, the rise of AI agents, this boom in experiential travel. So what's the one thing, the single big idea that ties all of this together? At the end of the day, it all comes down to this. Growth isn't just about the numbers anymore. In a world with super intentional consumers and autonomous AI, trust is the ultimate currency. Brands have to prove their value to humans, and they need to have the clean, verifiable data to prove it to their AI agents too. And that really just leaves us with one final, crucial question to think about as all these changes speed up. In this new world, is your brand, or are the brands that you follow, truly ready to build trust with both